rather than relying on the positive reviews and saying this is all good, everything's okay, or the negative reviews of this is horrible, I cannot shop here. We need to look at both, and we need to see the warning signs in them. Hey guys, welcome back to Brave Designs, where bravery meets fashion, design, and style. From body positivity to diversity and representation, it's time for the fashion industry to put its money where its mouth is. The goal of this video is to answer the question, how can I support the cause for equality? We'll be looking at the 7 ways that you can do your due diligence when you're shopping online, in store, or just simply admiring influencers or brands. We'll be looking at a variety of companies from minority owned to ethically run, and we'll be looking at their powerful messages that they strongly stand behind and put forward in their day-to-day workspaces, and how you can find out how they do that and which companies are actually putting their money where their mouth is. I'm not sure how many people are watching this right now, but for those who are, I want this to be an opportunity for us to take matters into our own hands. We have the chance to shed light on inequalities and promote the core pillars of a respectable industry, such as diversity, sustainability, and integrity. The About Us page is where you want to start. That's your basic starting point, because a lot of people enter into a shop or they go onto a website and they don't necessarily know what it's about, they're just kind of testing the waters. This is where all of your information and your knowledge can form a proper understanding of whether or not you want to do business with this company, whether or not you want to be a customer of this company. The About Us page will show you insights into a company's mission statement, a company's goals, the solution that they're providing to a problem that you may have, along with a little bit about who runs the company, who works at the company, and what they stand for. So the About Us page will answer the question of, who is this company? What is this company? What do they do? What are they offering me? The second step is to look at the Our Team page if it is available, particularly online. In store, you can physically see who works there. Particularly online, when you're looking at an Our Team page, you'll see visuals of the people and then a little synopsis of what they do for the company, how they provide, how they're making a difference in the company. It brings a little bit of a human element to this very behind the scenes online shopping world that we live in. Now, for both in-store and online, this holds a lot of importance because the people that are running this company have a large say in what is actually happening in the company, what is actually being brought to the consumer, us. So we want to make sure that they're holding themselves to an extremely high standard of equality. Now, when you're in store, you can form your own opinions about how these people interact with you, whether they're kind to you, whether they're helpful, whether they're judgment-free, unbiased, and those are all the key characteristics that you want in the people that are supposed to be helping you, particularly sales associates or managers of a store. You want to feel like they're on your side. Same with the online space. So this is extremely important for you to understand who you're buying from, rather than just a company. You're buying from people. You're working with people. So definitely tip number 2 is to look at the Our Team page or look at the people that are in the stores that you're shopping in. Tip number 3 is read reviews. Now, reviews come in all forms and kind of are scattered across multiple platforms. So don't be afraid to do a quick Google search of reviews on X company and see what different platforms have to say, from Google reviews to Yelp to the actual company's page or to Reddit forums. There are so many places that you can go to find out specific niche questions that you may have, frequently asked questions that you ask yourself, but the company may not be offering to you in their particular frequently asked questions or reviews pages. Now, on the actual company's reviews page, you want to look out for authentic, genuine messages that customers are actually sharing. So for example, if you're looking at an engagement ring site, for example, you're looking at a site that sells engagement rings, and a review runs on for pages and pages, but it is detailing how beautiful this ring is and how happy they were with their experience. That's something that you want to hold on to. And if you want, you can even reach out to the company and say, this review was so stellar, I'd love to kind of speak with you about this review and learn a little bit more about why this person's experience was so amazing and how you guys have upheld this expectation for all of your customers. On the flip side, you can also look at the negative reviews, which I tend to look at frequently because I'm always a little weary of all positive reviews, because that's just not realistic that there are positive reviews everywhere. And when you read a negative review and it discusses topics of inequality, racism, sexism, those are extremely important messages that we can't ignore. Those are experiences that need to be honored in a way that addresses the problem in an effective way. Those are reviews that need to be honored. They need to be heard, because everyone's voice is important. So whether they be positive or negative, we need to hear them and we need to hold these companies accountable. So look at the positive and negative reviews. They're extremely important to see both sides, and that allows you to form your own opinion rather than relying on the positive reviews and saying this is all good, everything's okay, or the negative reviews of this is horrible, I cannot shop here. We need to look at both, and we need to see the warning signs in them. If there are reviews that speak to social issues such as racism, sexism, ageism, sexual orientation, those are warning signs, and you can take those warning signs and try and make a difference of reposting those reviews and saying, how is this company not being called out for that? This is what you can do in response to those kinds of reviews. So take the time when you're shopping, whether you are shopping with a company or not, you can still honor the cause for equality by supporting people who are sharing their rather difficult stories and lending a hand of, I'm behind you, I'm listening to you, and I'm here to stand with you. Tip number 4 is listen to influencers that you have vetted and you trust. Trust is the most important thing. People often neglect trust in humanity because there's a lot of things that unfortunately give us reason not to trust people. However, when an influencer is taking the time to give you their honest, genuine opinion, whether it be good, bad, or in between, you are getting kind of a personal review of a company or a product or a movement that you wouldn't necessarily get from a company itself. There's obviously many factors that play into an influencer's feelings about a company. However, When you follow an influencer for a long time, or you've invested so much time in listening to them and being inspired by them, that's when you can use what they're sharing with you and kind of create a dialogue, whether you're having it with them directly or just within your own mind. You're creating this dialogue of, okay, I have trusted this person for a long time, and they've shared their positive, negative, and in-between stances on certain things. You can listen to the information that they're giving you and use it as another form of a customer review, but it's also another form of the inner workings of the company review. They're doing business with these companies. They're experiencing their back-end company runnings firsthand. So you're kind of getting that inside look at how does a company deal with the people that are speaking to us. And that's extremely important. If they respect them, they respect us. Tip number 5 is look at a company's social media platforms. From YouTube to Instagram to Facebook to Pinterest to LinkedIn, you can see so much information across these platforms, and if they don't align with your personal belief systems, then they're not your company. And that's how you can further your research into whether or not you are wanting to support a company based on the information that they're sharing. Social media such as Instagram is a very visual platform, so it's pretty easy to scan through and see, okay, all I'm seeing is one type of person being promoted on this Instagram account that is supposed to be a diverse set of people. This is a red flag. I'm not seeing myself in the company, and that's where you can turn away comfortably knowing I don't want to support a company that doesn't see me as a valid customer in their target market. Tip number 6 is look at the news. This is getting a little old school. I'm not talking about newspapers, though it may be in the newspaper. Do a simple Google search. X company. Look at what people are saying about their company in different periodicals, whether it be a financial article, a lifestyle blog, a general news source. You want to see what new is happening within the company and then what people's opinions are. And that allows you to really be educated about what's happening in the company and how it's affecting the world around it or the people within their company and the customers. Finally, number 7, contact the company. You can literally take it to that final step of taking matters into your own hands and contacting the company about all the information that you've gathered, or if you simply don't want to do any of those steps, you can just call them and be like, what's your deal? I'm seeing all these negative reviews. Why are you this way? And what are you going to do to change yourself? Because those are the questions that companies need to be asked. You can literally call them and ask, so what's your mission statement? Who are you? Ways that you can contact a company range from phone calls to emails to direct messaging on social media to live chat on the site, or going into a store and facing them person to person. Those are some of the ways that you can contact a company and really take matters into your own hands. Now, I want to give you examples of companies that I've been extremely proud to admire as well as support. Particularly during these times, I think it's been extremely telling of which companies hold themselves to a higher standard versus those who have really done us a disservice as a society in promoting inequality within the workspace and within their customer base. One example of a company that I have been introduced to by one of my favorite influencers, she has had a huge influence on my confidence level and how I look at the way I dress and how it's for myself. That would be the one and only Brit chick of the Where Did You Get That blog and her wonderful Instagram and YouTube channel. I will link all of those below. I highly recommend her for those who are looking for a very honest and fun and raw representation of a real woman. I really appreciated her candid conversations with us about her experiences and how she has opened the dialogue to other people's experiences. And by working together to spread the word of these amazing companies, we can really change the fashion industry by taking these steps that seem little, but they're huge in the grand scheme of the future of the fashion industry. One brand that I feel extremely grateful to have been introduced to specifically by Brit chick is the Me. This is a company that exudes beauty and really has a strong statement of sustainability and diversity, and I love to see people sharing these gems with us. The Me is a Black-owned company that is located in Lagos, Nigeria. The About Me page reads, "Me is a lifestyle brand that provides design and fashion consciously made to be nature-friendly. Our focus is on resort wear made with natural and biodegradable fabrics that are breathable, elegant, and functional for conscious women and all women with refined taste." Let's stop there and really look at that statement. A lifestyle brand that provides design and fashion consciously made to be nature-friendly. That is sustainability. They are clearly stating that they are a sustainable business. Keywords there. Next, our focus is on resort wear made with natural and biodegradable fabrics, so they're giving examples of how they're being sustainable, that are breathable, elegant, and functional for conscious women and all women with refined tastes. That small word or phrase, all women, that is inclusivity. That is diversity. Right there, that small phrase. And those are the keywords that you want to look for in the About Us pages of different companies that are online or in store. All clothes are locally made by seamstresses and artisans here in Lagos, Nigeria, where we are based. So there's explaining how they're supporting their local business climate. They're explaining how they're supporting local artisans that really uphold the standards of cultural sensitivity. It's extremely important that we're exposed to different cultures and just how beautiful their inner workings are. Launched in 2018, our goal has been to make feel-good fashion with perks of sustainability, and we continue to seek ways to improve our design and production processes such that our products meet people's needs without jeopardizing the environment and compromising the future. So proud to hear that kind of statement, because it's not just about the now, and that's the problem with fast fashion, is it's the now that we're focused on, whereas fashion should be long term. There should always be an element of timelessness, and by them saying without jeopardizing the environment and compromising the future. They are thinking ahead. They are thinking ahead, and that is so important. And this is a company that really holds their integrity close to their hearts and every product that they create. That's amazing. This is applying tip number 1 of looking at the About Us page with the me. I've already kind of achieved tip number 4 by listening to an influencer and looking at their social media, which was tip number 5. Now I'm backtracking and going to tip number 1, where I'm looking at their About Us page, getting to know a little bit more about them. Now, this is a company that I've been extremely impressed by since the moment I was introduced to them, and it's one that I feel very comfortable supporting in my personal shopping endeavors. For every other person, we want to take these tools and apply them to the next companies that we're introduced to or we're looking at, or we may have already shopped with them without really looking into it and like, okay, do I want to continue shopping with them? Those are important steps to take to ensure that you're shopping with integrity. Another company that I'm extremely proud to be a customer of is Another Man's Treasure vintage shop in Jersey City. I have had nothing but amazing experiences personally. I have had nothing but amazing experiences with this company in their store, online, on their Instagram accounts, etc. They're so kind when you direct message them. So I have conducted the 7th tip, which is contacting the company. I have observed how their team works with people, which is tip number 2 of looking at the Our Team page or looking at who works in the company. In a time where it's imperative for voices to be heard, for a movement of social justice, no company is too small to take a stand. This vintage company has really impressed me with how they've navigated not just staying quiet, but truly supporting the cause and not being afraid, being brave, which is so important. We need to be brave in our day-to-day lives, and they were so brave, along with all of the people who are standing up for equality. An example of how they stood in solidarity was decorating their store windows with culturally significant garb of African culture. Along with that, they also decorated their windows with all color black to truly symbolize the solidarity that they felt towards the movement. Next, they held an auction where they auctioned off different pieces of clothing that held important messages of equality, diversity, and social justice. The proceeds went towards the cause for equality in a charitable fashion, and that was an important thing for them to do in showing their solidarity. That was them putting their money where their mouth is, literally. And I was just so moved by how they conducted themselves during this time and have continued to, and I hope to see all companies continue with this moving forward because it's so important. So to close this video, I would love to open the conversation up to you guys to see how you have kind of vetted companies in your own way to make sure that they're a company that you can stand behind and respect the decisions that they've made or the causes that they stand for. I'd love to hear those findings, so feel free to comment down below. direct message me on Instagram. My account is @bravedesigns, or you could email me, which is available on my Instagram account as well. The point of this video is to promote bravery. I want everyone to be brave in their day-to-day lives. Whether you think it's a small thing that you don't really need to care about, or a huge important matter that can affect how our world functions, take pride in, do your due diligence before you put your support behind a company, a brand, a person. It's just so important that we take that time and that care in what we're supporting and what we are investing in. I hope everyone during this time is staying safe and healthy, and I really hope that this video can promote bravery and confidence. I just want everyone to have the confidence to demand respect. It is too important to belittle or to think I don't deserve it, or to think that our fellow humans don't deserve it. So I hope that this video is a helpful resource. Again, I'd love to hear what you have to say. And I'd love to keep the conversation going, so definitely comment below with your thoughts. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. I'd love to share more videos like this, and I'll talk to you guys soon.